Facebook Live. We have arrived. One more time, y'all. Let's get it in.
Conference muted. Conference recording started.
I want to thank everybody for chiming in. This is Watchman Derrick Yisrael, also known as Pastor Derrick, on the early when I seek the scripture study and prayer line on this 26th day in April 2023. Hallelujah. On the Hear the Word of YAH series, part 6. Hallelujah. Y'all, let's go back to Ezekiel 37. Barbara, good to see you in here. Mom, good to see you in here. Boca Tov, y'all. Faithful Yosef is up in here as well, holding down the conference line. Got my son Neil up in here, and my mother-in-law Joyce. Hallelujah. Banks in the building. Hallelujah. Big Kev. What's up with it, Kev? Good to see you in here, man. Got Al Mal, my pal, up in the house. Boy, did we have a wonderful ministers in training meeting last night. It was incredible. I really enjoyed that. Got a lot out of it too. Hallelujah. Frank. What's up with it? We got Frank in the building. Leslie Sutton is up in here, and Nicole Robinson. Shalom, y'all. Let's rock. Melissa, what's up with it? Let's rock, y'all. Ezekiel 37 and 1. The hand of Yahuwah was on me, and he brought me out by the Spirit of Yahuwah and set me in the middle of a valley. It was full of bones. And he led me back and forth among them. And I saw a great many bones on the floor of the valley, bones that were very dry. And he asked me, Son of man, can these bones live? There are circumstances on earth that are unfavorable. Gene, good to see you in here. Twice Berg in the building. But there are circumstances that are really unfavorable. And it's all hold on, y'all. The circumstances are very I apologize, y'all. The scripture popped in my head and I had to grab it. But back to my point. We look at circumstance on earth is unfavorable on so many different levels. You got YAH's children, to be honest, that were tainted by the condition of humanity because of Adam. And when they were handed the oracles of YAH, they dropped the ball, just the bottom line. And in Ezekiel 37, we read the results. When we're dealing with the results, we want to be sober-minded concerning the results of Adam, the condition that man is in. You got to understand that we were born in sin and shaped in iniquity. It would help you to understand that. And that's not good. We need to understand that as well. And though the Messiah came to rescue us and he lived the perfect example, then died in our stead on that tree, his death, for the lack of a better term, enabled him to open up the portal for us to be reconciled with our Creator. Understand how awful sin is. Understand this. Because in order for him to open up the portal, he had to die. That's how serious sin is. It's very serious. Delisa, good to see you in here. Sunshine Lynch, always a pleasure. We're in Ezekiel 37. So when you look at the state of Israel, skeletons in a valley, and then we go biblically historical in our minds, we know why Israel's skeletons is in a valley. Because they went against the Creator. They entered into a covenant agreement with him and they broke it. You got to understand that. And the seriousness of sin is depicted in their consequences. Because we live somewhere where we face death and look it in the eye. Yeah, the wages of sin is death. Yea, though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, that's where we live. Welcome to the Terror Dome. And though the Messiah lived a perfect example, he didn't sin. So death had no dominion over him. So he was able to open up the portal. A Catholicized church system would teach that he did everything for us as if we don't have to do nothing and we can continue in sin that Romans the 6th chapter told us not to do. Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? The Bible says, YAH forbid. The answer is no. How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein? No, we can't continue in sin. But the average church teach you can and you will, because ain't nobody perfect, and just all this garbage that will cause us in our ignorance to be rebellious against the Most High and end up suffering the ultimate punishment. I see you in here, Trenda. Good to see you in here, Ezekiel 37. So if we get sober-minded, and I pray we do, about what we're facing on earth, and if y'all been following this series, you know, when we dealt with Deuteronomy 28, we understand that the same people that's laying in the valley as skeletons, casualties of war, doorknob dead, defeated, and destroyed, those are the same people that were supposed to be the head. They were supposed to be the boss. They were supposed to be above and not beneath. Right? They were supposed to be the lenders, never the borrowers. Never. This world wouldn't even be in the shape that it's in had they done what they were supposed to do. Because since they didn't, their enemies rose high above them. Esau, the Edomites, rose high above them and took over the world. And now we dealing with a pyramid on the back of a dollar with a suspended pyramid on top of that, like the capstone, with the all-seeing eye of Satan in it. And the all-seeing eye of Satan is represented by our TVs and our phones and artificial intelligence and how we're being tracked even as I speak right now. Everything we say and do is being archived because of there's a new leader of the world. You know, Revelation 2:9 describes them and says, I know them that say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. They're the ones, again, that own all the music labels and all the movie or companies. And in fact, they're orchestrating the consolidation of all the corporations that are taking over the world. Yeah. They're running it. Which is archived in the Bible. I ain't saying nothing that caught YAH off guard. He's aware of all this. Dave Green, good to see you in here. We're in Ezekiel 37 in the Hear the Word of YAH series, part 6. Good to see you in here. But the Most High isn't caught off guard. Now, I said that because the people that's running the world don't like you, don't like Israel. Ben knew who we was. We just didn't know. We was sitting in church. Wasn't nothing wrong with it at the time. But we was sitting in church being Catholicized and taught we was Gentiles. Not realizing the call and the anointing on our lives, the ability to sing and be creative and all the athleticism and just all this, we're creative. It's just something, you know. And because of those that are the power, the prince of the air, Luciferians, the ones that's running the world, know who we are, and they made all their money off of us. They're the ones that bought the boats that shipped us into slavery. They financed the whole thing. And then when they got us, we built the world because of our talent. And they sucked us of the talent, part of the punishment of Deuteronomy 28. Right? Part of the punishment of why they land in the valley destroyed. Right? Saying, give us Barabbas. Well, this is how Barabbas get out. We don't want the Messiah. Crucify him. Give us Barabbas. Well, this is how Barabbas get out. And so we built this place. Right? We built this place and we still making trillions of dollars. They're making trillions of dollars off of us as they smash us. Now we're entering to the phase of we're going into the latter part to where they're going to rise even higher. And it's going to be problems. That's just the truth. And those that got blinders on don't realize that. They still chasing the American dream. You headed the wrong way. And you won't get away with it. And this is a difficult thing. I get it. I do understand. We're getting our chips up. You know what? You've met somebody, getting our little relationships up. What, you met somebody? I hear you. Prayerfully, who you met love YAH and they ain't in the bed with you. Because all this terrible things that's on earth already, and we're headed in dark, dark, dark places. Bible describes it as never been on earth before and there never will be again. That's how bad the times we're headed towards. In these last days, it's going to get real weird. Stacy, good to see you in here, and David Dollison. We're in Ezekiel 37 in the Hear the Word of YAH series, part 6. But the dark times that we're headed towards, you need YAH. You do. We all need it. And we need to start living like we do. Some of us owe him an immediate apology. Latricia Johnson and Bree, we up in here. Ezekiel 37. Yeah. We owe him an apology. You want to reevaluate some stuff. We want to have a state of mind like, first seek the kingdom of Yah and his righteousness, and all this other stuff will be added. Demeanor, good to see you in here. All this other stuff that we chasing and putting before him. And then I'm going to tell you this too. You don't want to sin to get nothing or nobody. Could we admit this? If we're still sinning and willing to sin, we're doing it willingly. Because we got a lie in our head. Those of us that claim an appropriate relationship with the Most High and say we love him, if you're sinning, you're doing it willingly. You're making the conscious decision of what you're going to do, regardless of what he's telling you to do. You don't want to be that person. Look at Israel in Ezekiel 37. They're skeletons for the same reason. That's why they're skeletons. And that's why the Most High grabbed Ezekiel and said, look. He made him go back and forth. Check this out. He owns some check this out. That's what he owned. YAH, check this out, bro. Come here. Denise Wilkins, good to see you in here. Hear the word of YAH parts 6. Ezekiel 37. And the hand of Yahuwah was upon me, and he brought me out by the spirit of Yahuwah and set me in the middle of the valley. It was full of bones. Skeletons, y'all. And he led me back and forth among them. Check this out. Check this out. Look at this. I checked it out too. I don't want to smoke. You can have a block. You can have a bag. You can have her, them. I don't want to smoke from y'all. I'm cool. Yeah. I don't need the whip that bad. Nor the shoes on it. I don't need the whip or his shoes. Not that bad. If y'all give me a whip with some nice shoes on them, I'll float it. I'll navigate and boat it. Bend a corner or two. But if he don't, I ain't going against him to get it. She might be fine and sexy, naughty, with a lot of body. I don't want to smoke. I don't want the drugs or the illegal hug. I'm cool. I tap out. Because I seen the bones in the valley. So, he said the bones was very dry. Elongated condition. I get it. Boss Doss in the building. Ezekiel 37. Third verse. He asked me, son of man, can these bones live? Don't look too good, y'all. So as we observe as looking through the lenses of Ezekiel, that's why we're reading it, the schoolmaster, because y'all grabbed us and put his glasses on us, Ezekiel's. Put the binoculars on us, the magnifying glass. Now we looking at it. Can he live? So with Ezekiel glasses on, we look at thug life. All our women, on the ones that are on, TV and breast out and buttocks out, and tatted all up. Whole bunch of wigs and super long eyelashes. Aziel, fallen angel in the book of Enoch, taught the women that. How to be luring and sexy. I'm not finna, just pound on that. But we just taking a look. at the condition of Israel's women. They don't know who they are. They think they Gentiles, bunch of Catholics. I don't know what they are now. Think Jesus did it all. So their booties is out, breast out, brothers, so slick and cool. We'll shoot you without question. Thug life. You look at how most of them was raised in church for sure. But they're on the block now. They don't do nothing, y'all say. Killing one another under the power, under the influence and the power of the Prince of the Air. And the power of the Prince of the Air is AI, this technology. Mind you that the fallen angels taught, it's in the book of Enoch. I did say Enoch when I said Aziel, right? That taught about the makeup and stuff. I hope I did, because it's the book of Enoch. But so we take a look at it. Self-hatred. Some Christian dudes, one of my partners I was raised with, still love him. But I said to him, man, we the people of the book. He got shook up. First he tried to say, what about it? He started naming other people. I said, no other people on earth did 400 years, though, according to Abraham's dream, in Genesis, the 15th chapter. And he couldn't really debate that. But he was like anti the fact that we could be the people. So we ended up having another conversation. He basically said, I don't want to hear it. I said, brother, you a leader in church? You teaching people and you don't want to hear it? I said, I can show you maps and proof. We can sit down, get in his word. I don't want to hear it. Wait, what? I got Ezekiel glasses on with y'all, and we looking at the condition of our people. All he wanted to know was Jesus. I hear you. Even though, do you know that the letter J ain't nothing but like 400 years old, and we talking about a man that was born like over 2,000 years ago? So his name couldn't be Jesus. Look at the 1611 King James Version Bible, and Jesus is nowhere in there. It couldn't be the name that's above every name. It wasn't even invented yet. I don't want to hear it. Oh, wow, for real? You don't want no truth? What happened to you? With Ezekiel's glasses on. So when you look at that and you say, can they live? A lot of them act like they don't want to. Good to see you in here, Faye. Ezekiel 37. A lot of them act like they don't want to. A lot of them act like they'll listen to the word, but they ain't going to do it. A lot of them. Now, could I be talking about some of us? I don't know. You tell me. But a lot of us are hearing the word, but we're not a doer. He's causing Ezekiel to look at the condition. This is metaphoric language. The condition that they're in spiritually. And on earth is they're dead. Been dead a long time, and their bones is dried the heck out. And the reason why the Most High showed him so he can ask him a question. Can they live? And when you come to the end of yourself, and stuff like this will help you do that when you look at the helplessness and the hopelessness for his children. It will cause you to submit. Like, man, I need him in order to get out of this. This is impossible. And the impossible circumstances that we're facing now, the book of Revelation talks about, the bloodbath that takes place in the last days. Slaughter. And we're headed in that direction right now. The incitement of racial tension is real big right now. And they got the guns, though. The Edomites are the one got the guns. And then what guns they don't have, they got a whole lot of them. Don't get it twisted. I don't want to downplay that. But the governmental structure is on their side. Yeah. Jacob's trouble. That's kind of like what the Bible describes it as. So you kind of want to be on YAH's side. Not all Edomites, not all, foreigners other than Israel bloodline don't like you. Not all. Just the majority. That's it. And you need YAH. You need supernatural intervention. You need, after you serve the 400 years, you're getting close to the Exodus, so the heat get turned up. You need YAH. Because judgment is here. Judgment is ugly. Because this world did a whole lot. In this new Egypt we live in now, Egypt Part 2 that we were shipped into, gotta pay. He the first to go. He the first one. Because when you topple him, according to Revelations, the 18th chapter, the others is like, whoa, that great city. Whoa. Yeah, it goes down in the town. Good to see you in here, Teresa. Are y'all with me? So he asked him a legitimate question, can they live? And he like, ooh. I don't smoke cigarettes, but YAH, you got one? Don't look too good. They'll listen to the word and finish cussing. They'll listen to the word and go right back to business as usual. I guess in the back of their mind they got what the Hellenized religion, the new version of the truth. They got Jesus did it all in the back of their mind or something. They got to have that. Why else would they do that? Why else would a person listen to the word and then go back and act like they didn't hear nothing? James talked about that. Said it's like a man beholding himself in the mirror. And then straightway when he leaves, forget what manner of man he was. He just forgot the word. He didn't hide it in his heart that he might not sin against him. He heard the word, but he said, don't be just a hearer, but a doer. Hear the word, and then it's gone after that. Everything is everything. All this is in what he saw when the Most High had him go back and forth and look at these bows. Take a look at it, Ezekiel. Oh, boy. And I gotta continue to watch myself and humble myself and be willing to do what y'all tell me to do, even when I don't want to. I remember when the Most High told me, same thing he told y'all, and Lena Franklin, good to see you in here, but he told me, if any man come after me, let him deny himself. And I know I got to walk in self-denial to do this. But what helps me too is the Bible said it's a fearful thing to fall in the hands of a living Elohim. And I know that, one of the last real key component, I'm talking about key component, is the collapse of the dollar and the money turns to Fed now, digital. That's like that's basically like one of the last nails in the coffin. Tia, good to see you in here, because we tracked from there. Oh, that's it right there. It's a wrap. Can't nobody get a sandwich unless they say you get one. They done bought up all the water rights and bought up all the land, got all the farmlands and all that. They going around the world conquering like that. They definitely did it in America. But they kind of got that on lock. Back to the dollar, the greenback. They smacked that. Monopoly money. That's a whole lot of game, ain't it? This is extra commentary, but that's a whole lot of game. When you got enough game to go around the world, open banks, and get them paper for real commodities, for gold and silver and all the precious metals, everything on earth, they conquered by trading for it paper. They took paper. That's gang. Talking about some gangster stuff. They took paper and then they printed as much as they want and handed to governments, loan it to them. You talking about some pimping. You can have a whole thing of gold and they hand you some paper and then give me the gold. Whoa! And they printed it. Boy, that's game. Now they going to the ultimate because they done took control with paper. They bought the world with paper. Little ink. Them some gangsters. Luciferians, boy, them was bad boys. Yeah. And now they going digital. Because now that's even cheaper than paper. That's nothing. And they control it. And if you don't bow down to Satan in his business, they cut you off. But you got to also remember, whether you cooperate or not, on the Georgia Stones, mind you, the part of it got blown up during COVID. Y'all remember that? Anyway, on the Georgia Stones, it said that they don't want the population to supersede, 500 million out of 8.5 billion people? It's a lot of killing they plan on doing. A whole lot. From a natural Luciferian children standpoint, Lucifer himself, he planned on killing Israel off top. Off top. Because you know who you are now. He can't have that. And that's the last day sign. When you find out who you are, that's when you one step from being delivered out of Egypt. He know that too. He know the word better than we do. So now that you woke up and you know who you are, he can't wait to digitize this money so he can see you about something. And you playing? You don't want to be the one to play with YAH. You need YAH. Victoria, good to see you in here. Ezekiel 37. Hear the word of YAH, part 6. Let me read some more. So Ezekiel said, YAH, you know. You're the only one to know. So he told Ezekiel, prophesy to these bones and say to them, dry bones, hear the word of YAH. You got to listen, y'all, and obey. You ain't listening just to listen. You listening to do it. Boy, did we have a good ministers in training meeting last night. Oh my, it was the best one. I believe that's the consensus of everyone that was in there last night. That was it right there. That was it. It blessed me so much. It woke me up even more spiritually. Thank y'all. We had a time. But hear the word of YAH with the mindset to do it. If we meet, I'm sneaking a little bit out of the ministers class with y'all permission, but listen. When we meet the word with faith, it ignites grace. When we meet the word, YAH tells us what to do. The Messiah did all he did so we can be reconciled with the voice of YAH, with the word of YAH. Adam lost that right and got put out the garden. The second Adam came so we could be reconciled with the voice of Yah. And everything Yah created, he created by his word. Right? So now we're faced with the word. After he died on the tree, he said, "This is finished." The veil in the temple was ripped from top to bottom. Now we got access to Yah's word. Now we got the word. Because of our fallen Adam nature, we can't do the word. The carnal mind is enmity against Yah. It's not subject to the law of Yah. Neither indeed can be. We cannot do it. We gon' cuss. We gon' screw. We gon' lie. We gon' fight. We gon' get high. We gon' get drunk. All those is not for everybody. Just whatever floats your boat. Some of us is dastardly. We got them all. We sexually sick and a kid. But we can't do it. So when we meet the word, the believer meets it with faith. That's trusting what he say with the willingness to do it, but we can't find it. That's what Romans the 7th chapter was saying. The things I want to do, I don't do. Things I hate to do, that I do. I don't want to sin against you, Yah, but I find myself doing it. I want to obey you, and I find myself not obeying you. We can't do it in our evil nature. So grace come on the scene, which is really the power to do it. And the Most High gives grace unto the humble. You humble yourself, he'll give you the power to do what he told you to do. So then we be without excuse. Because folks that ain't doing, it's because they don't want to. Period. They flesh got them. Folks that don't come and go and say, please don't do, stingy. Whatever he tell you to do, he expect you to do it. And he'll give you the grace to do it if you want to. Some people just, I don't want to. Nah, I ain't doing that. Then don't. But what he told Ezekiel to do to these destroyed, hard-headed people, his children, bloodline Israel, what he told him to do? Prophesy to these bones and say to them dry bones, hear the word of Yah. How much time I got? This is what the sovereign Elohim says to these bones. I will make breath. Look what he's going to do for you. I will make breath into you, and you will come to life. I will attach tendons to you and make your flesh come upon you and cover you with skin. And I will put breath in you, and you will come to life. Then you will know that I am Yahuwah. Okay. So those, you know how in Matthew 7:21, when they went down a religious resume of prophesying and doing many wonderful works and casting out devils, and he said, I never knew you because you didn't have that intimate relationship. Well, those that obey him, obedience is right here in the 6th verse. I will attach tendons to you and make your flesh come upon you and cover you with skin, and I will put my breath in you. The last thing is he'll put his breath in you. He'll fix you. He'll fix you. And he'll breathe the Ruach HaKodesh, his spirit, inside of you. And you'll become quickened, a living soul. And you'll come to life. And then you'll know, right? You'll know him intimately. Then you'll know I am Yahuwah. They knew he exists, but they didn't know him like they needed to know him. What caused you to know him is when you start functioning in him. You're alive. When he can change your attitude, deliver you from lust and rioting and banqueting and living lascivious pride and just all this old goofy stuff. He'll deliver you from all that. Then you know him. I hope y'all got that. But you're intelligent audience. I believe y'all got that. So, the 7th verse says, so I prophesied as I was commanded. Now, what Yah said he was going to do was put them back together and breathe the Ruah in them. So now it's in action, Jackson, right here in the 7th verse. It's in action, Jackson. Victoria, yeah. Listen, 7th verse. Look what it says. So I prophesied as I was commanded. And as I was prophesying, okay, I'm doing what Yah said do. I'm telling them. There was a noise, a rattling sound, and the bones came together, bone to bone. Oh, it's working. The word is actually transforming Israel by the renewing of their mind. They finding out who they are. They all come. Listen. And I looked, and tendons and flesh appeared on them, and skin covered them, but there was no breath in them. So now people are coming together, but you're still hard-headed. It's still a part of the process. You coming together, but you still cussing. You still screwing. You still hanging with thugs and pimps and players. And they too comfortable around you because you kind of selling out a little bit. You still Catholicized a little bit. Still got a little Egypt in you. Do not get it twisted. That's where we are. I ship you back into Egypt. If you don't listen to me and keep these commands, this agreement we made in Deuteronomy, in the book of Deuteronomy, all these things I told you to do, if you don't do that, I'm shipping you back into Egypt. This is a cold Egypt we in. But we serve the 400 here, y'all. It's time for us. We coming together. We waking up to who we are. But now we got to wake up spiritually because we be Catholicized. You ain't got to do the commandments they taught us. You ain't got to do it on stone. But you're going to do it because it's going to be written in your heart. The word is going out of his mouth. And it's not going to return void, but it's going to accomplish what he please. Yeah, he didn't change his mind. Every last one of the commandments is still applicable. You just got to, in all thy getting, get to understand. What do they look like when the stone is gone? That's what we supposed to look like. I tell you what, we ain't breaking none of them. We not under them, under the curse of them. But we ain't breaking now one. In fact, we doing better. We establish it. Folks is able to look at you and see all 10 and grin. You live in minus sin. I'm trying to tell you something. 7th verse. So I prophesied as I was commanded. And as I was prophesying, there was a noise, rattling sound, and the bones came together, bone to bone. And I looked, and tendons and flesh appeared upon them, covered them with skin. But there was no breath in them. It ain't over. He still prophesied. Then he said to me, prophesy to the breath. Now, YAH, be merciful to your children. Deal with them. Don't give them no rest while they sinning against you. Deal with them. YAH, breathe on them. He said, prophesy to the breath. Prophesy, son of man, and say to it. That is what YAH says. Come, breath, from the four winds and breathe into these slain that they may live. He told me to do it. So I prophesied as he commanded me. And breath entered them. And they came to life and stood on their feet, a vast army. They became an army. How? Because he spoke to the will of YAH concerning them. He was preaching to them, and he asked YAH to fill them with his spirit. Fill them. Reveal yourself. They tripping. They still will leave you for the right man. Let the right little miniskirt walk by. They gone. YAH, keep them. Thy word is truth. Keep them by that truth. Come on. Rescue your children. This is what YAH told him to do. 11th verse. Then he said to me, son of man, these bones are the children of Yisrael. He told them who they was. I wasn't making that up. He's talking to the bloodline Israel, the ones that were shipped into slavery and scattered and dogged out. Counted for the slaughter even right now. They plan on killing us. They ain't never been your friend. You just thought they was. Is this a post-racist society? Man, get out of here. Truth coming out. Again. Hey, they thought that having the cameras on the police was going to cause them to shy away. No, you just can see it better. Now it's proving what we've been saying, what they've been doing to us. Now it's just proven. You think that it stopped them? No, now they saying cat out the bag. It is what it is. Politicians getting caught saying a thing or two. They've been saying that stuff. And you got the Zionists, the fake Jew that run the media, want it out. Because that's how you excite racism. The purge. That's how you excite that. They headed towards a purge. The ones at the top won't like the fight. They plan on killing both parties. The Zionists. But the ones in the ring, you got the Anglo-Saxons, they with it. They hate us. You need YAH. See, teaching like this don't fit too well in a fake Catholicized church, do it? This level of truth, that he's preaching hate. You're going to get your wig done by him, though. And when you've been getting your wig done. They've been killing you. You can say what you want to say. To tell the truth, and the fact that we the children of Israel, and the Messiah told you you're going to be hated of all nations for my name's sake. All of them. The only ones that don't hate you is the believer. Other than that, you got problems. And there's plenty of unbelievers. That's why the Bible says, wide is the road that leads to destruction. It's more unbelievers than there is believers. Way more. And they don't mind killing you because they don't like you. They don't like you or your Elohim. How about that? I got to get ready to go, y'all. 11th verse. Then he said to me, Son of man, these bones are the people of Israel. They say our bones are dried up and our hope is gone and we're cut off. Please understand that. So you need to get cut on. And the only way you're going to be cut on is if you believe. And the true believer is going to obey. Stop sinning. You're not winning. I promise you that. You're not getting away with it. Therefore prophesy and say to them, this is what the sovereign Elohim says. My people, I'm going to open your graves and bring you up from them. You in a grave. I will bring you back to the land of Israel. Listen, y'all. This is the Exodus. We served the 400 years. I'm bringing you back. Right? Then you, my people, will know that I am Yahuwah when I open your graves and bring you up from them. You're going to know him intimately that he's been hearing your cry. But you ain't crying out if you rolling with this Catholicism, this fake religious stuff. If you rolling with thugs and pimps and players, you still screwing, you still lying and cussing, you still faulty, making excuses for your wicked flesh, you better cut yourself loose. You better understand you in the grave. Come out them, take them grave clothes off. He told Lazarus, come forth. And when he came forth, he looked at the other disciples and said, now take the grave clothes off of it. He didn't take them off. He told them to minister to him and take them grave clothes off. He's telling Ezekiel, preach the grave clothes off them. 14th verse. And I'll put my spirit in you, and you will live. And I will settle you in your own land. Then you will know that I am YAH, have spoken, and I've done it, declare Yahuwah. He finna get it done. And I don't care what we face. The scripture I was looking for was Jeremiah 12:5. And it says, if thou hast run with the footmen, and they have wearied thee, then how canst thou contend with the horses? And if the land of peace wherein thou trustest, they weary thee, how wilt thou do in the swelling of Jordan? In other words, you tripping off being lonely, and you faint on YAH. You trip off your bag ain't big enough, and you turn on YAH. That's footman type stuff. You in the land of peace. You can go to all you can eat restaurants. You got a bus stop to sleep at. You got a shelter to go into. And you turn on YAH over that. That ain't nothing but boot camp, baby, for what's coming. How in the world do you expect to run with the horses? You're not going to be able to. You got to understand the light afflictions that we're going through right now can't be compared to what's finna come. And if you can't handle this, you're going to be a sellout for real. When they cut your money off, all the money you work for, when they go digital, they just cut you off. One push of a button, boop. And then if anyone give you money, because they can only give you money through digital, if anyone get caught giving you money, they're going to cut them off too. What you going to do then when you're hungry? And they bought up all the farmlands and all the food rights. They know what they're doing. They devils. What you want to do is while we rocking with the footmen and we got beds to sleep on and all that, run around here in cars, might not be the best car, run around here in cars, be grateful, number one. And number two, don't sell him out for this little trivial stuff. Because if you prove to be a sellout in this little, you're going to be a big one when it go down. You're going to have people, they coming, boom, kick your door, boom. And one of the saints going to be standing there, there you go. That's the watchman. Oh, you snitching now, huh? They made me. You's a sellout. But you always was. Never did what y'all want you to do. Don't be that dude. Is y'all hear me? He gonna rescue us. We coming out the grave. Let me give y'all the good news. We coming out the grave. No weapon formed against you gonna prosper. Let's obey him. Let's meet his word with faith. And he gonna give us the grace to make it to the end. Is that good news? Put a 4 in here. If we meet his word with faith, with a mind to do what we read and what's being preached, if we meet it with faith, he gonna meet us with grace and enabling us to do it. We're gonna be transformed into his image through the power of YAH. Is that good news? Put a 4 in here if that's good news. If y'all rock with that. If y'all rock with that, put a 4 in here. Hallelujah. If y'all rock with that, put a 4 in here. If we plan to do it, put a 5. If there's anyone new out there that need prayer, or someone that ain't new, just want prayer, want to go higher in him, put a 1 in here. Put a 1 in here. And let's pray. Spirit of living Elohim, we love you and thank you for this opportunity to come before you. Humbly know how. Gleaning the truth of thy word, we're in your presence because we love you. We need you. One, we need favor. We need favor. Favor ain't fair. We need favor. I don't want what's fair. I need your mercy. I need your grace. I need you to pardon me. I need your help. I need you to continue the transformation process, not only for me, but for all your children. Name by name, soul by soul, even right now. Touch your children, be merciful to them. Cause us to rise up to walk in the newness of life. Cause us to get the revelation that you so kindly is giving to us. We receive it. We bow down before you. You give grace. You resist the proud, but you give grace unto the humble. We humble ourselves before you. Shower down the power. Shower down the power that we do your last day bidding in the spirit of humility, and that you write our name in your book of life and you guard it until you come rescue us. And we'll be careful to give you the praise and honor, not only now, but forever. In the matchless name of Yahushua, we humbly pray. Hallelujah. Yahuwah and Aman. That was the lesson for the day. Good to see you in here, Carlita. We was in Ezekiel 37. I pray y'all got something out of it and you all were Baruch. Thank the Most High for every last one of y'all. Everyone that push the share button, you sharing your platforms with the truth of the word. And thank y'all for the tag. You telling people, come on in, hear a word. And I thank the Most High for you, and thank everybody that financially supports this ministry, because it's good that you sow where you grow. If you grow here, sow here. If you grow there, sow there. And you definitely still welcome to hang out here, because we love you over here. Is that all right? Okay, I'm going to get ready to get out of here. Y'all want to talk about this lesson? Feel free to. All you got to do is dial 302-202-1102, extension 815648. Again, 302-202-1102, extension 815648. I ain't lying, y'all. I sure enjoyed that ministers meeting last night. We chopped it up something heavy. And I thank the Most High for all y'all. Y'all continue to pray for me as I continue to pray for you. This has been Hear the Word of YAH, Part 6. Y'all be Baruch. Baruch Shalom. I'm gone.